FNAF isn't real, despite how many of you seemingly want it to be for some reason. I mean, there's been plenty of comments saying that you would like a real FNAF pizzeria so you can die there. It's still not real, and it's not going to be. Scott has said multiple times that he doesn't want to blur the lines between reality and fiction. However, I'm going to. That's right. Today we're exploring FNAF characters that you should hope aren't real. In fact, pray on it. Let's do it. In at 10, Piranha Plush Trap. Piranha Plush Trap is Plush Trap's second skin in FNAF AR and the third skin in the Wicked Tides event. He was released on June 7, 2021 after being delayed by 3 days for unknown reasons. Alright, we made a community post about this one, and personally I think that this is one of the scariest FNAF AR skins ever added. Piranha Plush Trap is hardly like the original Plush Trap, but this one is much worse. Being made of a more organic flesh-like material, even having realistic gums, his mouth is littered with long, thin, sharp teeth, and his eyes are extremely small and glow an ocean blue. What the hell? On the sides of his head there are 2 glowing orange gills, and his feet glow that same orange. His hands also have orange webbing in between his fingers that stretches when they move, obviously that's what webbing does, and his ears are covered in small barnacles. And his mouth, stomach, and right leg, oh don't get me started, they're covered in algae. Finally, his body is covered in spikes, and his torso is split open to reveal his ribs. This thing is horrifying. I hope we get it in him in another game, not just special delivery, but I don't want him in real life. I would rather dig myself out of a hole with a rusty fork. Honestly. In at 9, Golden Freddy. Golden Freddy is a mysterious ghost-like entity that takes the form of a yellow animatronic bear. He plays a prominent role in the FNAF series, although his origins are cryptic and unknown. But many speculate that Crying Child, at least at one point, possessed the animatronic, which would be an easy confirmation to make in the movie, but I mean, oh well. On the other hand, many also believe that Golden Freddy is possessed by Cassidy, and that Cassidy is also the vengeful spirit, aka the one you should not have killed from Ultimate Custom Night, although in my research it is much more likely that Crying Child is the vengeful spirit and that Cassidy is the one that possesses Golden Freddy. Since firstly it makes for a better story, and in all honesty Cassidy has no significance to the greater story, or at least they have less significance than Crying Child. However, while confirmation for any explanation would be appreciated, I'm glad that this ain't real, alright? I don't need to be hallucinating, okay? I already see weird things enough, and these things are real, especially when I have to scroll through things for FNAF research, so I would rather not hallucinate, like posters changing, or someone saying it's me in front of me. I don't want that, alright? So, it's a good thing Golden Freddy isn't real, otherwise I would probably have already been put in an insane asylum, instead of them trying to. And at 8, Vanny. Vanny is possessed by the digital virus Glitch Trap, a form of the serial killer William Afton, and appears as the main antagonist of FNAF Security Breach. It's revealed in the Princess Quest minigames that she was actually the main protagonist of Help Wanted, where she was first corrupted by Glitch Trap. She also plays a role in FNAF AR Special Delivery. In Help Wanted, Vanny has some uncertainty in her voice when she was confronted about her task, implying that she, at first, wasn't fully ready to actually kill people. However, by the time the Security Breach came around, she seemingly has killed at least 9 people at the Pizzaplex, as seen in a newspaper article in The Bad Ending. However, that could also just be Aiden Gregory, since one of the kids looks like him, meaning that those kids who have gone missing are just kids whose profiles got wiped out and aren't necessarily dead. In Security Breach, Vanny is also shown to have a sadistic personality hidden behind a childlike flamboyance. However, I still simp for Vanessa, and that's why I'm glad she's not real, because you know what this would be? You know that meme where it's like, Pennywise, and he's like, oh, I got the Fortnite Battle Pass down here, and then Georgie climbs in. Yeah, it would be like that, except it would be Vanny, and she wouldn't have to say anything. All she has to do is be like, Vanessa, and I'd be like, oh, hello. Like, yeah. And at 7, Burn Trap. Burn Trap is higher on this list because while some people may consider him a waste in Security Breach, it was certainly a surprise. We figured that Afton would come back, as he always does. However, we never thought that he would actually come back like this. We figured that there would be more ceremony to a resurrection. However, Burn Trap was certainly not expected, or at least I didn't expect a new form of Afton to appear. I figured that we'd have Scrap Trap or even Glitch Trap, but No. During the fight against him, Burntrap walks between 3 different rooms on the other side of the underground pizzeria. Gregory has to watch for which room Burntrap is currently in, and then press the corresponding button when he attempts to take control of Glamrock Freddy. Doing so causes the room to erupt into flames and hurts him because, you know, fire, and stops the corruption attempt. Failure to do so, and in time, Glamrock Freddy's eyes will turn purple, making him hostile towards Gregory, and then you'll probably die. But you know what? I'm damn glad he's not real, because that would have way too many implications. And I already have a hard enough time trying to figure out the mysteries of FNAF. I don't need to try and figure out the mysteries of the universe as well. So, yeah, or even the multiverse, because that's how Burntrap would be here. So, yeah, no thanks. And it ate Circus Baby. Circus Baby is one messed up mamma jamma. I mean, don't get me wrong, some specific kids make me get William's whole MO, but the fact that he made these robots, especially the fun times, specifically to kill, and then the first kid they kill is his own daughter, that's some serious karma. But considering how horrific Baby becomes after this, thanks to Elizabeth, I feel like she may have had it coming. Girl was a lot more like her father than she should have been, in all honesty. While yes, crushing any kid would have been bad, I mean, like, your creator's daughter, seriously? Like, come on, bro. Was there no way to blacklist William? You have the animatronics that can walk on their own with advanced AI, facial recognition technology, sound discs that can change what things look like, but you can't make a goddamn program that says do not kill these kids, they come from me. Like, bro, if you ask me, you had it coming. Who tells their kids not to do something especially expecting them to listen? Seriously, dude, William is stupid, but this was still a messed up thing to do, so I'm glad that this isn't real until the kids start screaming in my hall again, and then I wish Baby was real. Halfway through into number 5, RWQFSFASXC. Shadow Bonnie makes an appearance in FNAF 2, but is more so a main character in FNAF 3, where the character makes an ultimate appearance as a glitched out game character, and as a statue that you need to click on to enable the glitched minigame. It's weird, okay? Shadow Bonnie has also made an appearance in the FNAF AR game. This character has been everywhere. RWQFSFASXC is just a pitch black version of Toy Bonnie with glowing eyes and teeth. It's pretty weird when you think about it, and in all honesty, it doesn't really make sense, but who knows, alright? It's Shadow Bonnie. No matter, being just a void of pitch black energy can make any animatronic scary, and honestly, we don't know how Shadow Bonnie came into being. There are some theories that it was someone who got spring locked in the suit before Afton, or that somebody got killed, but we don't know for sure, and that makes it even scarier. Either way, I'm glad that this thing can't haunt me in real life, because I really do like lighting. I like electricity. Yeah, if Shadow Bonnie was real, I would be rough. I would be in a rough spot. Honestly, streaming would be difficult. In it for Gregory. Honestly, I'm actually scared of Gregory. The knowledge that this kid has exceeds even some of my own. This kid is the size of a 4-year-old, can fit inside Freddy, baby strollers, and other various small areas around the Pizzaplex. He's too small to drive one of the go-karts alone, but he knows how to restart generators, operate a trash compactor, start and drive a car, as well as identify a car battery, connect the jumper cables on that car battery properly, and then use those cables to fix Freddy's whole recharge every hour issue. How the living hell does that make any sense? Plus, Gregory is just a killer. This kid is easily able to destroy all 3 animatronics without a moment's hesitation, and then use their upgrades on Freddy. He is willing to kill Vanny, like I said, despite actually seemingly knowing her, as we see in the best ending, and he burns Burntrap multiple times in an attempt to stop him from taking control over Freddy. So what the absolute living hell is this kid doing, and how is he just so nonchalant about the whole thing? And the argument for self-defense doesn't count because I kept seeing that a lot, okay? Because self-defense requires the proper use of force against your attacker, and tearing someone to shreds using 6 animatronics is not proper force. It was so gory that they couldn't even show it in the comic for that ending. Like, Jesus! Getting close to the end into number 3, Chica. While it may seem counterintuitive for me not to want Chica to be real, I think it's probably best if she isn't. You see, I have this perfect scenario in my head that works well enough that I'm satisfied with the story that I've concocted about the relationship between Chica and I. However, if it was real, that would first make all of the things even worse than they already are, in the sense that I'd be talking about a real thing and not a video game character. And then I'd have the awkward moment of her or her creator possibly knowing that I've said all these things. She'd know if she was if her AI was good enough, but the creator would definitely know. And let's be honest, things would not play out like I say they would play out if Chica was real, okay? I wouldn't have all the attention, she wouldn't be chasing me, plus she's a robot and that's probably sad. We all think the movie Her is incredibly cringe, right? I feel like that's a general consensus. Well, if Chica was real, I would be dangerously close to living that reality. But this way, it's harmless fun. If she was real, it wouldn't be. Could a robot sue me? Her creator could. Penultimately, in number 2, Springtrap. It's pretty universally known that FNAF 3 is one of the easier FNAF games, with only one animatronic that can really kill you. If you just juggle in between a couple rooms, you'll be overall able to survive fairly easily. But while some consider this game to be scary, overall it's one of the least scary of all, and that's thanks to Springtrap. Springtrap's jump scare in this game is actually the worst jump scare in the series, having the only real scare factor being the sound that plays along with it. But as for the actual model, he just moves towards you a little bit, and then that's it. There was also an interview with Daco as a reward for him beating 50/20 mode, where Scott said that he was actually going to end the series after FNAF 3, but the community's disappointment with the Springtrap jump scare caused him to make the 4th game with the Nightmare animatronics. The interview is available for you to listen to online on Daco's channel, so don't go telling me that I'm incorrect without watching it, alright? Because he says it, or at least at the very least implies that this is true. It's been a while since I watched it, so I can't remember exactly, but no matter what, if Springtrap was real, that would also mean that Afton is real. And you know what? I don't want to deal with that. So yeah, he's my number 2. And finally, in at number 1, the Nightmares. I think that if this was really meant to be a horror series, which it is, the Nightmare animatronics should be everywhere. Honestly, they are absolutely terrifying. The normal animatronics aren't really all that scary. The scariest part about those games, like with the Springtrap jump scares, the sound that plays with the animatronic jump scares. But the Nightmares are truly terrifying, and one of the reasons that I don't want to play FNAF 4 or the Night Terror levels of Help Wanted. These things are so horrifying, but also iconic. Especially since they're the reason there was a FNAF movie. And like, my nightmares are already screwed up enough, alright? Especially with all the things that I've seen looking up FNAF, alright? It's not your typical nightmare, I'll tell you that. But if they were real, and I actually had to defend my room against these animatronics, I don't think that I would. I think that I would just let it happen, because you know what, that's too stressful for me, and I'm kind of over it. So, yeah. Glad these aren't real. That's all the time we have for today. Thank you all so much for watching. I have been Connor Monroe, and I'll see you in another video.